You're live. Ooh, right when the guitar kicked in. That was nice. God, that's really good. It is time, kind of. Hello, everybody. Testing. How we doing? How's the audio? Don't know yet? Okay. Is it still loading in? Oh. Okay. Good. So yeah, I thought we were gonna be able to start like normal, and I did the math wrong on the little countdown. But the demo has the first part of the game, so I figured while we wait for the final hours, because it's like in less than 2 hours it'll become playable for me. I figured we would play the beginning via the demo, and then jump into the rest of the first case. So we're gonna do the first case tonight of, I almost said Phoenix Wright, that ain't right. It's Phoenix Wright parentheses Edgeworth's version. We are starting Ace Attorney Investigations Collection, or Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth, right? Miles Edgeworth Investigations Ace Attorney. Chat help. Did I tag this wrong? Super excited. This is it between 2 and 3 is the first game? Or is it between 1 and 2? I looked a little too long at the advertisement stuff. But we've been playing Phoenix Wright for the first time. I never even knew that this existed until people told me about it. And I, no joke, was like, maybe I'll just try to stream the iOS app of the game. It's between the trilogies. Oh, so it's after 3, but before Apollo Justice. Also, hi. Little Ghost. How are you? Thank you for being a member. Like, subscribe, comment, donate, join. Merch and donate at thethirdbill.com. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so this takes place between the trilogies. Cool. But yeah, this is Edgeworth's collection of games that I never even knew existed. And right as I was like, should I just get the iOS app and we'll find a way to stream it through my MacBook, they announced the HD collection. So here we are. And like I said, I have it pre-ordered. I'm hoping this will time out. So about the time when we finish the demo, we can just roll into the full game. If there's a lull, we'll chat. I might share my anime list with people and try to get anime suggestions. I don't know. But yeah, I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too. We finished the trilogy early in the year, like I think like February, March-ish. And coincidentally enough, I headcanoned that Edgeworth is waiting for Reputation Taylor's version. And I've decided that while he's been away, is it a coincidence that that's when Chappell Roan became big? I think not. When I was posting on my Instagram that I'm doing this stream, the recommended song was Good Luck Babe, and I just declared that canon. So Edgeworth was the stream that pushed her into everyone's algorithms this year. Capcom saved you the hassle of looking into how to stream the original versions, I guess. It really did, because yeah, I saw that it was an iOS app, and I'm like, well, I have a MacBook. I guess we could stream it, but I don't know if I'd be able to get like the sound in and stuff. We can remove the pin app now, or the pin message now. Boop. But yeah, I don't know. I'm super excited. I'm nervous. I'm intrigued to see what this game's gonna look like after playing something like Rise from the Ashes. I'm like, are we gonna? Because obviously it's a little different. Unless he becomes a defense attorney for some reason. I'm wondering, like, are we gonna do more with evidence like we did with Rise from the Ashes or what? I don't know. I'm excited. And I love me some Miles Edgeworth, so this is gonna be a great time. And Gumshoe's holding little Rocket in the cover, and I'm excited. There's some other unfortunate things that I saw in the cover art when I was making my thumbnail, and we'll just get there when we get there. So the plan is we're going to play Ace Attorney Investigations 1, and then go back to spooky season, and then we'll do Ace Attorney Investigations 2. If we get enough engagement, if the numbers indicate that, like, subscribe, comment, share the link, donate if you can, or become a member. The audio is very fiddly, so honestly, there wasn't another option until like maybe a week after I was like, oh, it's on an app, maybe I'll do that, and then they announced it. The same Nintendo Direct that said, hey, you get to play as Zelda, was also like, oh, and Miles Edgeworth, so let's go. I'm still mad that this came out in September and not August, but whatever, here we are. Anyway. It's fine, I can say that. Capcom didn't send me a box of goodies. Maybe one day. Make some noise, chat. Get me trending. I want the cool boxes of stuff. Like, I'd buy them. Like, that's the collector's editions of stuff that I would get, just for the record. I saw some pictures and, like, they get, like, a little gavel and stuff. I'm like, man, I wish I was a thing. I want cool stuff. But no. I have to be the underdog. I have to pretend to be bad at games so I can seem relatable to the general masses. Anyway, I think we stalled long enough for people to get situated. Click the things, you get it. We still have some inspired merch at thethirdbill.com if you want to pick some up. And yeah, I think we can start. This game came out on my birthday month, so it feels like the universe offered me a gift. Well, a pleasant birthday month to you. It was my half birthday yesterday, and no one said shit. I was all alone on my half birthday, recording videos, working on my half birthday. Am I a hero? Yes. Say it, chat. Say I'm a hero. Please. No. Too late. Belated. You're belated. All right. Let's go. Oh, let me know how the audio is. Because I also had to turn, speaking of recording, I had everything up quite high recently. All right. Boop. Also, the music so far is great. I guess, yeah, new game. Oh my God. No, I want, look at him. That man found out that he did not get a legitimate ticket to the Eras Tour. Now he's just stuck. Whereas this guy's wondering if she's ever going to stop doing country and start doing something deeper with her lyrics. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. That's cool that you get the option though. Look at him. He's the love interest in a, well, I guess this visual novel. That's the love interest in a dating sim. Turnabout visitor. I hardly. Yeah, that's right. Yes. Oh, not my birthday. Rude. I got excited. To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor, after all. That may be true, but why? Why go this far? Is that Von Karma? Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough, but a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. Whoa, no matter what the cost. In his office? What? Wait. I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Is that why you're an Olympian? Always have been, always will be. Guys, this Olympics was crazy. March 14th, 2:05 a.m., Prosecutor's Building, 12th floor hallway. Look at him! Ooh, we get to see him from behind. Well, I guess we did when he was, like, in deposition. Edgeworth's internal monologue sounds suspiciously like my normal speaking voice. Shut up. It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe's been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean in case he ever comes back. Huh? The door's unlocked. Okay, so that wasn't a flashback. Someone just got shot in my office? Detective Gumshoe? Huh? What's the smell? It's very familiar. Blood? We're back. Oh my god. What the? Alright, F in the chat. What's the meaning of this? Hello? Freeze. Wood. You gonna shoot or are you gonna kiss me? Like, goddamn. Identify yourself. Shut up. You've got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Okay, at least you didn't shoot the Steel Samurai. What are the... Oh, they're the buildings. I'm like, what are the red dots? Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. That was kind of hot, and that's okay. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrusted into a multitude of cases in some very frantic and busy days. It's not what I was hoping to be thrusted into when I got home from my trip. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'll stop. March 14th. This is so cool. I love the room animations. Minus the chat. We are standing in a room with a dead guy. I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir. How crazy is it that my name is Forensics and that's also my job? This isn't making any sound. Bill, that's not what that does. ... Ah! Mr. Edge, look at him! Oh my god, he's so broad. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay, sir? Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. This is so, like, it's so dynamic. Like, he's, like, just a little bit off center and, like, looking over instead of just, like, directly at the camera, I guess. I don't know what the word would be for video game. But, like, I don't know. It's more dynamic that way. Also, Gumshoe's looking good. Like, that's, like, that's a good thick. When I heard that a murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away. Maybe Monty, thank you for the 7. Can't stay. I'm a stream away from finishing the last game. Plus, I open in 6 hours. Whoops. I'll be back for the VOD. Hope you have a good night. Okay, well, good luck opening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the VODs. And there's always the compilations if you want to watch those. But hope to see you back on Monday for Case 2. Have a good weekend. Thank you for the 7. Everyone liked that donation. I hearted it. This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct. Thank you again, maybe Monty. And the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. Whoa. That's so weird. Why is it so weird that, like, they're both in the, like, right? Like, that's not a big deal, but it's like, well, that, and it's like, because once I finished the trilogy, I was like, I'm going to watch some videos and, like, do more research because now it can't be spoiled for me, right? I didn't know that this started as a Game Boy game in Japan. Like, the first Ace Attorney game. Sorry. Faux pas. The first Ace Attorney game was a Game Boy game, not a DS game. So I don't know. It's interesting to think about, like, was there a limitation there? You know? You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However... Ache! Look what they did to your office. It's totally trashed. I'll say. The culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. And killing. Whoa, sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing. This crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. They talk to each other. It's not first person. Yeah, it's so trippy. The crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. Cut to Phoenix Wright looking out his window going, ooh, something excited me. Ho ho, that's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. You must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. Okay, I mean, I'm still excited. I was hoping we were gonna, like, see what Edgeworth was up to between, like, 1 and 2 when he was abroad. Maybe we'll do a case as a flashback, but it's nice seeing him post-arc. He's looking for the truth. I do miss when he would make eye contact with me, though, but I get it. I'm not from the point of view of Phoenix Wright, so it's a little different. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. That's amazing. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? Crime scene, my office. Is it really coincidence that the murder took place in my office? What, did he have a brain blast? I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really. Especially because of this. The key to my heart? The key to your off ice? For security reasons, this office's door has a lock built into it. I don't want anyone touching my Steel Samurai Funko Pop back here. It's worth so much money. What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic? How many games has Gumshoe discovered? New ability unlocked. Gumshoe learned logic. By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. God. The man ages like a fine wine. That is the end result of using logic. So how do you use it? First, I recall the information we've gathered with L1, and then I connect them together with triangle. Now, to use L1 and recall the facts. Press L1 and recall the facts. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Oh, my God. I thought it said common sense. Crime scene, Oh, so either the victim or the murderer had a key to my office? In case anyone's wondering, yes, this is exactly what happens when my theories and my overanalyzing skills kick in. Ooh. That smolder is reward enough. For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks. Which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here, unless one of them was a keyblade wielder. Look me in the eye and tell me that it's not connected to Kingdom Hearts. It would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as mere coincidence. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? The killer's goal. Why did this happen in my office? What was the killer after? You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful, fine, strappingly handsome logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. I would say only one truth prevails, but we're not allowed to say that. It was the first new century. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray from the truth as well. It would give me physical pain if I don't follow the logic correctly. What? What? Donald Duck for not healing Sora and he died. Thank you. Thank you. Or Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. So Xehanort's nobody. Spoilers, I guess. What was he doing alone in a cave with a 14-year-old boy? A meaningless effort. Yeah, so yeah, Donald would be on death row because he didn't heal Sora. And it's like, was it intentional?
Or it turns out he did, but like...
Yeah, something interfered with his healing. A meaningless effort. One who knows nothing can understand nothing. Thank you. On the third bill. If the information doesn't line up properly, it would... Yeah, right. Much like YouTube comment sections, it will physically do harm if I get something wrong. I may stray if I stray too far from the truth, but if I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. His chibi face is so cute. Like, up close, it's like, who is this intelligent, like, strapping, demure man? And then his chibi form, it's like, huh, little guy's having a think, huh? When's your mom picking you up? Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir! Okay. You know what? I'm happy that he loves his job this much. High Prosecutor's Offices, room 1202. The basis of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir. I know that. And when I want to examine something, I simply use X when I'm next to it. Oh, if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just use triangle, okay? Oh, we could just chat about what's going on, you know, how things are between you and Phoenix Wright. I'll give you great precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Pride. Is that canon? Gumshoe is the ace rep in the Ace Attorney universe. Sigh. Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. No, we'll talk to the little gummy boy. But you're right. First, I should look at clues. Oh my god. I thought it was going to give me a cursor. Whee! Look at him go! Haha! Run with me, Gumshoe! Run with me! Haha! Freedom! Ooh. It's a little flatter than I expected, but you know what? No shame. All bodies are beautiful in their own way. He's looking at me like he heard me insult his butt. Look at him. Oh my god, I didn't think I'd be able to walk. Put one foot in front of the other and soon you'll be... Okay, wait. He dropped this. I can look at the evidence now. Well, good thing I moved where the camera was, because I'm glad that that's not pointed at me. What? All the girth that would have gone to the butt went to his shoulders instead. It was a medical procedure to move his butt to his shoulders. What? Oh, chat. I'd be in so much trouble if that was in the chat. You worded that perfectly, Nunya. Anyway, just in case YouTube does get mad at me, remember to like, comment, donate, join, especially if you want me to play more Ace Attorney games, like the flashback one or Apollo Justice, because that's $50 for some reason. In the manga, there's manga? Gumshoe is the one who cuts all the confetti for every trial. Oh, I love that. That would explain why there was no confetti at the end of Justice for All, because he was busy trying to find Maya. That fits with the canon. Let's go. Yes, chat, I am a genius. How does he do it? Says chat. Did I drop something, chat? What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. God, that image is nice. I think I've seen one of these before. Oh, sorry. I think I've seen one of these before. Yeah, Gumshoe. I'm pretty sure you have, buddy. It's a gun. It's too late, Dunya. If I have to ask for my crown, did I really drop it? I think I've seen one of these before, eh? Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh, I can know. I was issued that exact yeah, okay, so it was someone who works at the precinct then. No, chat, I failed you. If I had truly dropped this, I just didn't live up to the moment. I failed you. I was issued the exact same model, I think. Detective. I don't really like guns all that much, King. I mean, they're really dangerous. This is the man who offered to let Pearl hold his gun. This is all fresh in my mind because of the highlight reel. But now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use my name much, except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it. So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by this precinct's detectives. Found at the crime scene. It's the same model as those used by precinct detectives. How will I know when I can connect? Oh my god. Oh, not yet. It'll just make sense, I guess. Ouch, they even knocked over your chessette. I had it all set up, ready for when you got back. I figured you would teach me to play. I figured we could play a few games. You know, to give you a chance to chat about the men. Or the guy. Gumshoe doesn't want to ask directly. I had no idea you were interested in chess. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. In that case, I suppose I can get some time. Oh! Nothing warms my heart more than a boys looking out for boys moment. I'm pretty sure that subgenre of storytelling is... That title might be a little outdated, but you know what I mean. They're besties, Your Honor. Okay, question. Who is who at the wedding party for the Wrightworth wedding? Is Franziska the maid of honor? Is Maya the best person? Is Gumshoe the best man? Gumshoe officiates. Dearly beloved. In that case, I suppose I could set some time aside after we solve this case. It's just satisfying. Though I don't expect the games to tax my mental... At least he said it to himself, but yeah. He's not wrong, though. So true, King, you dropped this. I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much. They finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. Did he get shot in the crotch? Did they get shot in the crotch? That was rude. He makes biodegradable rice out of confetti and flower petals. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Oh my god. Well, don't shoot him after he's dead. Oh my god. No, they are not going to try to frame Gumshoe. I will burn this place to the ground. Stream over. Capcom canceled. You made an enemy today. The only thing you could do more to disservice me, the king of games, is to try to give Edgeworth a love interest that isn't Phoenix Wright. The king of games has spoken. The judge doesn't officiate. He just hands them the license. He's the witness on the license. And then he goes, are there any objections to this union? And then everyone has a good laugh. And then they each point at each other. They get married so they don't have to testify against each other. They're so Kim and Jimmy coded. I don't believe it. I packed those fillets on these shelves so tight that not even an earthquake could make the... Don't say the EQ word in front of M-I-L-E-S. I can spell my own name. Not even an earthquake could make them fall off. But just look at them. At this rate, the rest of the fillets won't be able to withstand an earthquake. You said it twice. He stammered. A problem, to be sure. Well, once the investigation is over, we'll put them back up on the shelf. Someone's trying to frame my boy, and I will burn this precinct to the ground. Oh, hey, Cheyenne. YouTube forgot to notify me. But OMG hype. Is the bell rung? Are the settings set to all? Did you hit the join button? Did you like? Are you watching all the way? Are you leaving? You are leaving comments. I redact that last one. I was trying to sound like a judgmental granny. What? We have... Wait, before the ceremony can finish, Maya's been framed for murder again. Everyone just laughs. Yeah, that's what's happening, right? If someone's going to frame him for murder... That's frightening. Right in the crotch. Right in the egg basket. Huh. Yuck, you got cranberry juice on your hands. Oh, my voice cracked there. Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. Carry on. It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area. It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. In other words, he was shot. Yup. And until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. Crime scene notes jotted down in his organizer. King. Are you going to be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. In his mind, I thought he had an organizer. What, does he have a Bazinga brain? All right, if you say so. I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, holds up gun, I have to press R1 to open my organizer. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. And a locket of his spiky hair. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. What do we have here? Hey, I think I've seen one of these before, eh? It's a police badge detective. Damn, that's hard without them popping up. Oh, hey, I have the exact same thing, actually. What a coinky dink. Let's take a look inside. Buddy Faith, that's not a pun. Mr. Buddy Faith. It would appear that our victim was a detective, just like you. According to his badge and ID, Buddy Faith was a reading detective. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic. Calmly my ass, just frantically, and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. Oh, revolver. Okay, so they stay on certain sides. Okay. Because the victim was a detective? Yeah, it might be his. I'm trying to understand the game mechanic. Don't point it at him. Can it flip the other way, please? The revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time? Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see. What have we got here, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. This guy's wearing a gun holster. I hardly. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Victim's revolver jotted down in my organizer. Stop pointing it at him. I don't like. Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver. I hardly. It's got a horsey on it. As I always say, you've got to look really carefully at each piece of evidence. Okay, cool. I'm glad that this is in, this came back from Rise from the Ashes. You can use R to rotate, you can use R stick to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad Angela. Use L1 and R1 to zoom in and out to get at the nitty gritty. Oh my god. There's a horsey. No? That's not interesting to you? There's a horsey on the revolver. Wow, that is... Oh, it didn't fire. Jesus. Okay, yes it did. It looks like only one round was fired from this. Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just one shot after wrestling the gun from him. Vic is what I call victim, you see. Sounds like this guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? We have no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. Did the blood on his ass get added? Like, is it seeping through, or did I just not notice it before? Anywho. Uh-oh. Is it not going to tell me what I've examined already? Uh-oh. Oh, check mark. So should I check it again? The victim's badge. It probably fell out of his pocket during the struggle. Well, I always take extra care to make sure mine doesn't fall out of my pockets, sir. Oh, they moved it. Okay, thank you. Oh. I always have it down at the bottom of one of my super deep pockets without fail. Is it possible that he has never taken his tattered coat to the cleaners? I mean, it was beige when he first got it, and now it's green. Let's give the body a once-over. There's blood all over lower abdominal. Yeah. Bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So the autopsy's done. I don't think we'll know much other than that. Please have the body sent to the morgue. Yeah, we did that. Why didn't the check... Okay, now it's there. That was weird that the check mark didn't come back. Books? Your files are all over the floor, sir. They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. My files are a mess, pointing to a struggle between the victim and the killer. Shit. Okay, well, everything is important. They weren't lying. And I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I watered the flowers every day just like you requested, Sir Gumshoe. Those are fake. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I'd come in. Oh, he's the sweetest little guy. I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled. Does he have Edgeworth? We say thank you, not do you have a life? I guess this is about all we're gonna find out. We should send the body to Jim. Why? Oh, why? Oh, it's okay. Well, I gave him that voice. Why? Oh, why? How could this have happened to a guy like you? Look at him learning to give people comforting shoulder touches. Are you all right? Don't touch me and leave me alone. Just let me be. Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation's still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. The body! The body! Don't talk about him like he's some lump of flesh! Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night. After shitting himself with blood? I'm sure just in a blood-stained suit, pal. Nice smile for someone who's upset. Not to judge someone's emotional response, but it's a little sus. Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor? I hardly. Why, yes, I am. I'm Jacques Portsman. That doesn't feel like a pun. Did we run out of puns? I'm Jacques Portsman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime busting. He was his gumshoe? I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I'm also a prosecutor. Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. Jack Sportsman. Oh, like jockstrap, you think? Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. So you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office. Yes, that is correct. Then it was you. You're the one who killed Jim. Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay? You need to... Oh, what was it again? I will not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them, and only the owner of the office has a key to his or her or their own office door. That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. He tried to get Taylor Swift Eras tour tickets, but then discovered a young up-and-coming artist named Chapelle Roanne. And the key to the door was with me the entire team, okay? So the only one who could get it... Gumshoe, stop. He's setting you up. I'm gonna kill this man. So the only one who could get in here was me. Ho, 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 ho. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means. So it was you, then. You're Jim's killer. No way, pal. You've got it all wrong. Everyone calm down. If you ever accuse my best friend of murder again, I will tear the heart out of you. Yes, I have practiced that. Da-ding. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you are a real prosecutor, you should know to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions? All right, I get the point. You're right. My mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. I have what some might call an itchy trigger finger. You sure are one cool customer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know. Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Get your fingerless gloves away from my face. Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? King shit. King shit. No, I will not meh with you. Put your arm down. A pleasure to work with you. He did not shake his hand, and that is canon. You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on, then. It's your room, after all. Thank you, I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there. Sir? Yeah, he wanted to meh. I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner. Why? Yo, that's sus as hell. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. I'm gonna post it on my TikTok. Hashtag FYP. I should probably give them some space. I can't talk to Gumshoe? Man, this sucks. Do you have anything to report? Sir, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet, there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about a contradiction. Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more. Tum-ta-tum. Ah, my fainting couch. I hope we can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on this sofa. Haha, he's just like me for real. That thing looks a billion times softer than my mattress at home, eh? Can I sit on it too, just for a little while, eh, sir? Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. This is my special makeout spot with Phoenix. Until this case is solved, neither of us have time to spare, let alone rest. You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end. Even once this case is over, I don't think he can afford to take any time off. Your jacket, sir! What's it doing on the floor? It must have fainted. It must have fainted after seeing the gunshot, or seeing the gun wound. It must have fallen off by the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing around. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They dared to shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in. How can you say prosecutorial but not debut? What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked up over. Oh, my bad. It's not worth getting worked up over, detective. Not when there's something more here. Huh? Like what? I think you haven't noticed it yet, detective. There's a giant contradiction right here in front of us. Really? Yes, I'm a walking contradiction. He just starts singing. Really? Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. Somehow wind goes through his hair and suddenly it goes from night to sunset again as he stares off into the sunset. I'm starting to sound like him. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. Okay, it just kind of did it. Maybe this is what I was supposed to click on first. This is it. This bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. Now tell the truth, bullet hole. What were you doing tonight? He slaps it, yeah. Gotta let the bullet hole know I'm not messing around.
I have my method.
Yeah, whenever I need the truth out of Phoenix, I just give him a little on his bottom. Consensually, of course, we agreed to it beforehand. When I spot something that's off, I should point my cursor at it and press triangle with conviction. give it the smolder. And when I have found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. Only one shot fired. Wait, no. Oh my god, it's my prosecutor's badge. That's fancy. Okay, now is where I'm going to start questioning the game's logic as opposed to my own. Is the contradiction that there's a bullet hole indicating 2 bullets were fired? Or is the contradiction the body because of where it was found? Because if he was shot into the bookcase, it wouldn't be in the picture or the suit frame. Sorry. I'm assuming the body. Because I guess you could shoot once from that. So I think the body was moved? Or no, if am I playing with the logic that I know it was shot once when he threatened me? So then who shot the body? Or with what? I'm overthinking this, aren't I? The gun. No? You looking at me weird. Is it the body? Because of where it's lying? Is it a profile? I only know 3 people. Crime scene notes. Victim's revolver. Crime scene notes. Bullet includes the body was found around 2:05. Oh, because the body was already shot. Got it. Thank you. Eureka! Oh my god. That was exciting. Eureka. Brain blast. Actually. This is clearly where the contradiction lies. I don't really see what's so wrong with that spot. Huh. You don't understand? You see, therein lies the contradiction. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, it'd be nice if you just admit when you're wrong. You lied to me. I lost damage. That wasn't a mistake. That was me keeping you on your toes, detective. Oh my god, he's so me-coded. When the crime scene and the evidence don't add up, I present proof to show where. This is how I do things. So yeah, then it's the gun. I only have 2 evidence. Eureka! This bullet hole is the contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's elementary. Yeah, this is what I was saying beforehand. You screwed me. You boned me. You made me look like a fool. It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. That's what I was saying earlier, and you told me no. Yes, do so. I was so confident until you looked at me weird. And then I was shaken. You really are. I can't use you as a reliable source. The first felled the victim. And the second felled this frame. Hey, that's right. However, stop pointing it at him. However, this gun was only fired once. Hey, that's true too. Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? Other than the victim's gun that I found, could there be another gun in play here? By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes? What's that sticking out from behind the frame? That. It's a secret safe with an engagement ring and a note in Phoenix Wright's handwriting that says, later, I promise. When you're ready. It's a secret safe. A secret safe? Oh, I smell money. I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. So it's not a body pillow or the remote control to something that's just labeled Phoenix Special Spot. Too much? Apologies. I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. It's a Phoenix Wright body pillow. Sir, that is exactly what I was imagining. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that. I ate you. Talk about dusty. I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while. I had no idea there was a safé here, or I'd have kept it clean for you, sir. So when did you put this thing in? It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. So it was probably a prosecutor that did this. So what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session. That's it? Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. Each prosecutor has one in their office. Only they know of them. Trial evidence use. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. It's pretty undusty over here. Now this is odd. You found something, sir? This keypad. Don't you find it a bit too clean? Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it. Dummy thick, but not on the keypad itself. You there, the forensic scientist. Yes, sir. Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? You got it, sir. I couldn't find, let alone lift a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well. All the fingerprints on this have been wiped clean off. Secret safe data updated in my organizer. As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly, without saying anything remotely sexy, connect the dots with the information we have. Choose you too. Thank you for the 2. It has the IRL Rightworth rings Capcom made. Yes, that is what I was lashing out about. If Capcom really wanted to be my friend, they would send me those rings. Even just one of them. Who knows? Maybe I won't play the Monster Hunter game when it comes out. Ugh. Monster hunting sounds like that's for babies. At Capcom. And now we wait. My P.O. box is in the description. My shirt size is typically an extra large. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots to the information we have. Ooh. All the fingerprints have been wiped off. I guess signs of a struggle? What would... Are these the only 2 I have? Yeah, I guess signs of a struggle. Indicating that the struggle was over the safe. Damn it. I can't see a clear connection between these 2 pieces of information. What? You made me so confident that I had the information. Oh, this indicates a second person? I mean, we already knew that. No? I'm confused. Yeah, this game's a liar. I can't... Yeah, you told me to do this. Oh, I can? Oh, I thought it was like, here's what's on the left and here's what's on the right. Okay. Thank you. I'm not sure how to... I know it's Kazuichi Soda, but you put a U in there. Sauda? Thank you. I, for some reason, didn't think you could do that. I thought it was, here's your left brain, here's your right brain. They kiss. Okay. That's very progressive of them. Any thought can kiss another thought. Yes, we can. I believe I figured out what the murderer was after. Well, what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. Motive theft? The culprit tried to open my safe. Was the killer's motive theft? Sorry, I had some champagne on my flight home, so whew, culprit. Haha, silly me. I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime. Ah, jeez. Does it matter what side they're on? Signs of a struggle? Were they both after my special safe? Trying to unlock my chastity? There's a possibility that the files splayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir? Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelve filets like you've never seen before, even at a library. It's a library. I'm sure. Let's give that a try. Oh, shit. Why do all the good ones always die young? Come out, Virginia, don't let me wait. You Catholic girls start much too late. Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm a Springsteen fan, not a Joel fan. I'm a Springsteen girly for life. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. After all, only one truth. Don't say it! And, so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place. You got it. Here, let me help. So this filet goes here, and that book goes there. The file's connected to the book. The book's connected to the bookshelf. You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office. 'Cause I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. I'm the one who just gets really intense. I'm the one who cleans. You think me the one who makes a mess, Skylar? No. I am the one who cleans. Okay, done. It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here. Ugh. The bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh. I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell onto the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out. Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now. Yeah, but you know I'm no good with blood, sir. Is it your blood sugar? Have you had a snack? Like, he's just going over, like, all the self-care things. Caring for your gumshoe. I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. Wrong order? Yeah, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, A, B, C, D. Oh, I thought that was an F. Okay, never mind. Oh, 0 probably goes at the top, eh? Or is it the hands? Is it hand stuff? Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Oh, shit. No. Oh, here we go. The bullet went through him, so he was shot down here. Ha. Once again, the third bill is the master of holes on the internet. So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh? Gumshoe, take this juice and take a seat. As long as it's not on the makeout couch. He has a little foldable, like, little stool under his desk with a juice box already ready to go on it. Edgeworth pulls out a Capri Sun, checks the bottom for mold, and then hands it to Gumshoe. So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh? For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a file spine indicates that the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred. Then I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way. Okay, now how do I deduce that the zeros go at the top? How do I infer that? Hand stuff? The victim's handprint. The victim's handprints! He must have tried to support himself with his hands after being shot. There are prints on the floor too. Those must have been made when unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor. He hit the flow. Next thing you know, I almost said shooter. The shootee got low. It appears that the victim was in a sitting position here after being shot. Oh, so that's why the seat of the victim's pants has blood on it. That would be the logical conclusion. Or he got shot in the ass. The killer moved the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf. The blood on this guy's pants proves that pretty well. In a sense, I suppose. See, I'm not completely useless, Mr. Edgeworth. In fact, some mysterious guy earlier said I could be a great scapegoat. The books. I put them all back just as they should be, sir. Doesn't look like anything's missing, although it does look like the killer moved the body to flip through my shelves. I wonder if they found what they were looking for. How do I tell him that the books aren't in the right spot? Is that everything? Ugh. Not the OJ. You think we wouldn't notice? Edgeworth knew. We all. Hello? Is that it? But these are zeros, not ones, so they should be at the top. Yeah, the palm even matches. Nope. No, I clicked on the bullet hole already. We just had a little chat about it. See, I got a little check mark. It's verified. And I didn't pay for it. So I'm not going to give one of the biggest pieces of garbage on the planet my money. So, you know, like, subscribe, ring bell, member. Is deduce a different button? Is connected. Yeah, we did this, didn't we? Or did I just examine it? Now I need to present it. Oh, you didn't deduce it. Okay, so I'm about to. So I guess the body. Eureka! This is clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole. Well, what do you mean, sir? You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up. But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir? What if he was a bottom? Did I say that right? Bottom? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against this shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot. What? That didn't fall out of my brain right. Then that means, wait, what does that mean, sir? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. Edgeworth. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption, and it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. Was it the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the holes? Wait, what? What is the faulty assumption? Yeah, the order of the files. I believe the order of the files is a bit off. You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the fillets are wrong, sir. Oh? Yeah, you see here how the fillets that were shot begin with the number O? What are those doing all the way down after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird. Actually, The way they are organized now is the correct order. They are exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. In your mind palace? But the numbers are all out of order. Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. So that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you just did, Detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out. Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up to how it was before it was moved? They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. He wore gloves, right? Yeah, someone's framing my boy, and I'm going to burn this society to the ground. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it logically should be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith, and then put the files back in numerical order, and then put the fillets back in numerical order, I guess. Exactly. And then proceeded to shoot the victim. But why would someone kill a man and then look through your fillets one more time? Let me mishandle this body. Yeah, he wore gloves, right, chat? Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime. But why? Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. Let's ignore the writing on the books, huh? Also, where's 0H? There must be some reason as to why the victim's body was moved. There's no time to ponder that now. Let us continue with our investigation, Detective. Roger that, sir. I'm raring... Yeah, it's going to be hard to see who's talking. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. And we figured out that the killer went through your bookshelf twice. Indeed. There are many things the killer did that don't make sense. But to figure out the whys, we need more information. These handprints belong to the victim, right? They make sense with the body position. Yes, he must have left them when he was trying to support himself after he was shot. However, the final position of the body shows that it was moved. I need to go over this crime scene with a fine-tooth comb one more time. No, don't make me click it. Don't make me click it. Stream over, chat. Game done. Not worth it. It's too short. The game just ends here. Chat. Please don't make me. I guess it's better that I find it and not someone else. This. What is that? Why does it say Gumshoe on there in blood? I'd say that's some incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed. No, wait! There's gotta be some mistake! Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me! Say something, sir! It appears that one of my files was stolen. Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation? Is this what the killer was really after? Stolen file data jotted down on my organizer. He won't even entertain it. Investigation complete. Yay, I healed. I had the juice box after all. Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And this most important message managed to reach us. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you're going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, then I'm gonna kiss your dad. I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Oh, it's on. No one comes for Gumshoe. What does he look like? Maya Fey? You can't just accuse him of murder without any sort of evidence. Back of the line, bitch. The very guilty killer Gumho. I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up, or this finger's going somewhere you're not gonna like. Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it! Are we about to fight him with our words? Sticks and stones may break my bones. But I'm gonna, what is that from? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but I'm gonna hit you repeatedly in the balls. It's like a Will Ferrell movie. Is that Step Brothers? Logic fight! Mental combat! Free your mind. What? It's Step Brothers? Yeah, it's the bully kid. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I got distracted. Anyway, mental combat. I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. He's giving me the ick. There must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you going to do? What I always do in court. Fabricate evidence and bring it up last minute, and then gaslight the defense. I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique. Oh, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir? No. Get bitched, Gumshoe. Might as well. All right. First, I listen to the witness's testimony. If I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence, I open my organizer with R1 and present the piece of contradictory evidence. Edgeworth pulls out an updated. Oops! What's all this other evidence doing here? To present something, I simply use triangle, but that's old news. But it's not like there's going to be a flaw in their testimony every time, right? Correct. And at those times, I need to press the witness with L1. Sometimes by pressing, I can draw out new information and newer modified testimony. I think I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try this technique way out during investigations too. Very well. I'll even show you how it's done. Now watch carefully. First, you strike him with your glove, letting you know that it is time to duel. Then, you summon your blue eyes. Mr. Portman's logic. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. What? I'm pretty sure the dead body would indicate there was a murder over a possible theft. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice. You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer? I can hear Jim's voice and he's calling for his killer. Okay, you can't be a prosecutor and a psychic medium. Sit the fuck down. You're impersonating a spirit medium. I personally, as a friend of the Faye family, find that offensive. And you're accusing Gumshoe of murder. You're dead. I can hear Jim's voice. He's calling out for his killer's arrest. Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portsman? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. So true, King. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence. No more of this magic nonsense. We're back to facts. Mr. Postman's logic. Postman. Hey, Mr. Postman, bring me the post. He's appropriating Maya's culture. Your abilities mean nothing unless you can grow big dang badinga dangers. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's... Oh, right, okay. You stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Hold it! Ooh. It's a good voice. You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask. Huh? What is it? Why do you call the victim Jim when clearly his name is Buddy Faith? Isn't it obvious? Jim is the perfect name for my companion. Jacques and Jim. Don't these two names go together like peanut butter and jelly? Like this hand and some stuff? But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name. Well, Jacques and Buddy just sounds off somehow. I can hear them making fun of us now. jackin' buddies. Besides, he was the third of a bunch of guys I decided to nickname Jim. Don't appropriate my number. He talks about the victim like he was his pet. I wonder if there was some sort of arrangement. Further, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That makes the least amount of sense. Do you really think it was necessary to dishevel my shelves twice to do that? That's true. Okay, then maybe his real intent was theft. Hey, are you accusing me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth? I would sooner murder my mother than wrong Mr. Edgeworth. It's a possibility. Maybe your salary's been cut so much that life is getting a little too rough to handle. I'll have you know I eat 3 square meals every day, pal. Okay, so all 3 of them happen to be instant noodles. But, poor thing, what an evil prosecutor you were paired up with. And what a motive, no? Note to self, be nicer to Gumshoe so he doesn't look so suspicious if something happens in my office again. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf.
Hold it!
And why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing? Because the body was getting in his way. He had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding.
Hold it!
Why do you think that the killer didn't notice the bloody letters? The body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how he missed it. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something. Who do you think you are, eh? You can know nothing about me, pal. There's a lot a person can understand about another from first impressions alone. Can't say I disagree with him on that point. I knew Phoenix was the love of my life from the first time I saw him. We were both young when I first saw him, and his parents say to stay away from Joliet. Sorry, I'm focusing. Why don't you say something, sir? Gasp! Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence. I couldn't ask for a better setup for the game-finishing spike. And it will be his final words that you will be brought to okay, no. You didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. Oh, one of the files that was written upon in blood was stolen by the culprit. Also, what did you write this on? Nothing's missing. Or I guess the S. Yeah. Sorry, it looks kind of like the S. That's the H.
Objection!
He said it. He said the thing. He did it. He did the thing. Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there's a serious flaw in your logic. Huh. Bringing a bit of the courtroom into this, I see. No problem. I'm game. Shut up. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me? Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking. I get it. Ha ha ha. Yes. I love inside jokes. If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. He just flips him off. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file? Well, what? That's impossible. What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? Nothing. The files on that shelf are all about a certain case, when the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner. I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spines. You don't get to say that word. It's possible that they... Also, that's definitely matching the voice I gave him. It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder. I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters in the detective's name were where the file... Oh my god. The missing letters in the detective's name where the file should be is proof. Yeah, I mean, the S is gone, and there's only half an H. Half a H. If Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case, I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files, especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood. Oh, he He looks upset by this conversation. Which means what, exactly? What does that make this dying massage? It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene. That's so low. It's so low, it's a Star Wars story. I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir. I'm gonna get him, sir, you'll see. I'm gonna have them under arrest in no team A. Well, Mr. Portsman?
Brilliant. Absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of Olympic gold.
Oh, is that what's around your neck? I didn't notice. It's so subtle. I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed.
You win some, you lose some. That's how life goes.
Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive,
But you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however.
What is it, this team A? Are you still after me, pal?
Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office?
That would be me. But Mr. Edgeworth just proved that I'm innocent, pal. Did you put your jacket on just to teasily take it off?
That's absolutely right. I acknowledge your innocence.
Then why do I sense that you still have something to say?
It's better to burn out than fade away.
Why are you that doesn't count as what? Why are you flashing me your shirt boobs?
Well, I was thinking, did you know there is one other person with a key to this office?
One other person?
Me. Hey, you there. Yes, sir. What is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me?
Hot anime hottie, more anime hotties, more anime hotties, please. A lady.
The girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as a material witness.
Security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal, don't. What's wrong with him all of a sudden? Anime hottie.
I believe she needs no introduction. I have
Maggie Bird. Okay, anime cutie is fine. I was hoping for a new anime hottie.
I have called upon Miss Maggie Bird, a member of security.
Oh, her little blue badger shirt.
Detective Gumshoe, sir.
Maggie.
Miss Bird is the security guard on watch tonight.
I see. And your point is?
My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which could open all of the office doors in the building.
What? What?
If you are not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird. How dare you? I would never sneak into someone's room.
That's right. I refuse to believe that Maggie's the culprit, pal. It was me. That's right. I did it.
Can we take that as a confession, Detective?
Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. Oh, Gumshoe, buddy, no. If it was, you'd have no problems with that, right? Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics.
Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here.
Do you want me to change the thermostat? Why do you keep half taking off your jacket?
That girl is oh my god. That girl's the only one who could have... That girl is the only one who could have...
Do you want to sit down, dude?
That girl's the only one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason.
Jesus, that was so weird. Reason for suspicion.
It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. Not to mention she was accused of murder not too long ago. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door. Then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. That's right, she got on the floor and walked the dinosaur. Boom, boom, aka-laka-laka, boom. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. I'm okay. So you're saying she used the master key. This key this can open every office door. Its use is controlled by security staff. Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well? That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. That was then. This is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. Stop trying to make this a sport. This doesn't count as a sport. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially from an athlete like me. I wonder if there is anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key. It seems that the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give me more details is to press him. But I swore that I would only press one man. Ooh, a rebuttal. Okay. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, and that leaves only Miss Bird as a prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. Okay, well, let me... Now works as nighttime security. Charge the initial investigation. Why was he killed in my... Why was he killed in my office? I thought maybe there'd be something in her profile. The body was found at 2:05. Okay. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key.
Hold it!
Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key? There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight, she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird? That's, true, but... Seeing her from the side just looks... I like her jacket. But I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir. Wasn't able to? What the hell's that supposed to mean? Yes, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated. What do you mean, unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal. But you really can't trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time. Should I hear... Yes, ask for more details. Not so fast. I, too, am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. Didn't I just say it'd be a waste... Are we going to have to do this all over again in front of a judge? Does this count? What's happening? Are we just arguing? Is this debate club? Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies. I'll be the... Oh, I guess I'm the judge. I'll be the judge of that, Miss Bird, if you please. I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir. What do you mean by missing? As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it. Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you? Sigh, I can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words. I'm not lying, sir. If that's the case, I'd like to know why you have the master key now? Why you have the master key now? I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. Huh, a likely story. And where is your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you forgot where you put it and then found it again. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it. Yeah, pal, trust me. You don't want to test just how bad her luck is. Unfortunately, I can't deem this point of testimony as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth. But... You still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office. Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe. It is as Mr. Portsman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few hands of my own. Facts of my own. Her intent for the mess of shelves to wipe down safe? I'd say thievery. Okay, so my hunches don't count as evidence, I see. Each prosecutor, only they know of them. She wouldn't have even known about the safe.
Objection!
Sound off good? Do you wish to yes, right? Sound off good? Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth after all. Did I do it? It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe. Yes, okay, let's go. The music cutting out still means I got it right. So, let's go. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe, the existence of which is only privy to prosecutors. Whoa. I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was a part of her cunning plan. But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted. Okay, so that's not even a real gold medal. I guess they proved that at the Olympics this year. Okay, continuity, right? Because there was the viral photo of everyone biting there. Right? Yeah. Yeah, even I didn't know about the Safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either. Then, are you proposing? Yes, but not to you, and that's later at dinner. That the killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? Dun, dun. It's a musical. Curses, why? What made you... What's with the angry face all of a sudden? It's all my fault. What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes. Ding? What did you just say? We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him I filled him in on the secret safes. Then that means... Yeah, I know. I had only just told him, too. Obviously, it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it, but the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief? And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bird. Excuse me? I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far even in your risky profession. What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder? Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. He was quite the artist. Bill, not that drawn. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir. Please. Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have a key to this office. Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? He's just a guy. It was Jim who stole... What is down there? I'm getting distracted. It was Jim who stole the master key. Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us unless... Well, unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Has he no honor? I hardly. Now that I think we're done here, the investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out? You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office. But I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You are all suspects to varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run this show. Listen, pal. How many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit. Detective Gumshoe, calm your... Who's a little guy, huh? Who's a good guy? Who's a little guy, huh? He's giving him a little... It's okay. Calm yourself. But, sir, we have no choice but to accommodate his request. For now. Ha! Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portsman. We will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now, don't disappoint me, you hear? Thank you for playing. You can transfer the demo's data to the full game. Save your progress, yes. And now we have to wait 20 minutes. Right? Yep. 17 minutes. Okay. Well. I'm really excited so far. I like the new mechanics. It takes a little getting used to. Thank you again, whoever shouted out, whoever informed me that like things on the left can be on the right and vice versa. I appreciate that. Oh my God. All right. I guess while we're waiting, for the next 17 minutes and 10 seconds, remember to like, subscribe, donate, become a member. Yeah, I don't know. AMA. I already got the game. The concept art is great. What do you mean you already got the game? What, time zones? Are you in the future? Some of us have to wait 16 minutes and 45 seconds. God, I was really surprised that you could just walk around. I don't know why. That's such a big change. But yeah, kind of like what I was saying earlier. Like, I didn't know until I looked it up later that this started as a Game Boy game. So I guess the limitations kind of make sense. Oh my God, I just burped. Burped again. Why can everyone play it but me? Why do I have to wait 16 more minutes? Is it a time zone thing? I thought I was only waiting until 11 because it'd be midnight on the East Coast, but maybe it's more about where you are in proximity to Japan time. I actually gotta wait more hours to play it. Good. I'm not the only one. BRB hopefully in time for launch. Tomorrow's moving day, but Bill Ace Attorney Night is more important. No, Cheyenne, get some sleep. I hope you have a good move. Move safe. You're right. Please be obsessed with me. Like, subscribe, donate, become a member. Midnight in each time zone, not just one release time. No, it's dropping for me at 11, so I don't know. Is that Capcom giving me a bonus? They want me in the fold on their list. Because it downloaded for me the other day, but it won't let me access it for 15 more minutes. I don't know. He definitely did it. The Olympian prosecutor guy. I'm wondering how court's gonna look. No way in heck will I miss this stream. Oh, well, thank you. Be obsessed with me responsibly. Capcom was like, we can't send Bill the rings since they're discontinued, so they can access the game an hour early as a treat.
Metopia. There's a Switch game called Metopia. I'm assuming it's the Mii's. They brought back the Mii's. Jealous. Speaking of Nintendo and the Mii's, remember to make sure that you remember something fun might be happening soon once I can figure it out. Come on, chat. We got 13 and a half minutes. AMA. You spelt Metopia wrong, so who's old now? I've never heard of Metopia, so I'll take you with that. Be obsessed with me responsibly. Merch when? Oh, we can make that. Be obsessed with the third bill responsibly. It also has to plug me. Have you gotten any Bill fanfic yet? Nope. I haven't checked anything. Alana checked once a long time ago. No. We know my rules for that, right? Should I go over those again? It's like an RPG. Oh, that sounds dope. But it's for the Switch? It's not for the Wii? No, I haven't gotten any Bill fanfic. But y'all know my rules. Don't ship me with real people. Consensual shippings only. In every sense of the words. That also includes age. Yeah, I think that's about it. It was for Switch? Okay. It's a port from the 3DS. Oh, okay. We're talking about so many things at once right now. Yeah, I guess that would also make sense because, yeah, the Wii U 3DS era of Nintendo, I was very checked out. I think I've maybe played a Wii U once. Whoa! Hank, holy shit. What the hell? Thank you, Hank, for donating $100. Responsible? What's that mean? Hank, thank you for the 100. I guess responsible would be... Not that. Holy shit. Thank you, Hank. What the hell, dude? Also, hi. Did you just get here?
No, you said something earlier.
Said something earlier in chat. Thank you, Hank, for the 100. Holy shit. Oh my god. Thank you. Like, what the hell? That's it? Me as Miles of Phoenix's wedding planner would be great. Thank you, Hank, for the 100. Holy crap. Sorry, I'm clicking on it. That's it. Just responsible. What's that mean? Well, I'll tell you what's responsible. Shit like that. Because that all goes to games and bills and rent and food. So really, if you think about it, it's irresponsible not to donate or become a member or donate or pick up merch at thethirdbill.com. I decided to use my wealth for a shitty pun. Well, hey, it's super appreciated, Hank. Thank you so much for the 100. Holy shit, man. Like, what the hell? I guess you're right. That was pretty irresponsible. Oh, thank you for the 5, Dan. How are you enjoying the game? I finished chapter 1 an hour ago and loved it. I think the PC version launched earlier. Happy Hank Riz King behavior. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I'm enjoying it so far. I haven't gotten much of a feel for it. I'm still kind of figuring it out. I guess my biggest thing is it's throwing me off that we don't see the sprites constantly, so I keep forgetting who's talking until the sprites show up. But I like that you can have multiples in one shot. Jesus. Not even using a custom bill emoji. That's Riz. Having access to custom bill emojis, but not using one after a big donation flex. That's Riz. Chat, what does skibbity mean? If no one's going to AMA my ass, I'm going to send it right back. What is a skibbity? Oh, it wasn't a question. Yeah. I'm surprised no one has fanfic of you in the Owl House yet. If I'm going to be honest, and I've talked about it before, I think there's a lot of people in the Owl House fandom who were really mad or don't understand that I was right. Me being right generated a lot of discourse. And they just have peanut butter and jealous for lunch. Honestly, I have no idea, and at this point I'm scared to ask. Oh, what skibbity means? Yeah. I wanted to use it, but then I'm like, I don't want to find out that it means something and I'm like using it poorly. It's the name of a song and viral video that babies really like. Be nice. I need the youth to discover my content and go, haha, he's like the fun uncle, older brother, dad, grandpa I never had. What is zaddy? Chad, am I a zaddy? Do I need to get the grays in my beard first? Is that part of it? Like I need to look a little older? I wish to God I knew what it meant, but I'm also kind of glad I don't. Yeah. Sometimes me as well. There's sometimes where I'm like, I wish I knew what shit meant, but I didn't even know what my own slang meant growing up half the time. Or I used it like in a knowingly douchey way. It's about a bodiless heads coming out of a toilet and doing a dance. Skibbity is from a YouTube series, kids, like about a world where toilets have human heads and are doing something, attacking. They're having fun with something they find funny and nonsensical. Well, good for them. No, Bill, you are definitely the funkle, or at the very least, the older weed-smoking brother. Oy vey. I'll take that. I'll take that. I like to think like the kind of older relative, but yeah, like the fun uncle who, if shit goes down at like a family holiday function or a gathering, shit goes down, like I'm the adult that like you'll go find and be like, what the hell was that? And like I won't lie to you about it, you know? Or I'll try to make you feel better, and then if it's clear that you want answers, I'll supply them. I think I'm old. I've never even heard of that. Part of my existence is being somewhat chronically online, which I try to pare down, and then it's like, oh, I'm not plugging my stuff on social media, and no one gets notified when I make videos, and so it all kind of spirals downward. But I've been taking like pretty big social media breaks, specifically from one social media. I think in Skibbity Toilet, people fight with people with camera faces. It escalates quite a bit. Yeah, okay. I thought it was like a thing, not like a whole series of things. I thought Skibbity was like, you're so silly or whatever, but I could also see it being a reference to a thing and it just annoys the elders. I'm pretty hip with it. You're so Skibbity, Mom and Dad. Turn my hat around. Bill, it's the same hat when you turn it around. Radical is still my go-to. Yeah, I try to shake it up. You know? Because also, like, I don't know. I didn't love a lot of the slang growing up. My slang was quoting those like first 20 episodes of Family Guy that just ran on reruns on Comedy Central before it got picked up and ran into the ground. I think part of why it caught on is because it sounds like nothing if you don't have context. The fun of confusing people. Oh yeah. Hey, the world kind of bent in a lot of weird ways for everybody, especially in early 2020. The youths have earned a little extra nonsense, you know? We all have, but like, especially them kids. Just popular with younger than 13-year-olds, and people older than that knew nothing about it. So, yeah. I was about to say, didn't Skibbity Toilet or whatever it got picked up to be a movie, and then I thought of the Minecraft movie trailer that dropped yesterday. I'm sorry to say, chat, but I will not be playing Steve in the Minecraft movie. I appreciate everyone who tweeted and sent letters, but I lost. There's a lot of cool slang from the 30s, 70s that folks just don't remember. It's a shame. Yeah. I like wizard. I like calling things metal. I'm glad Nimona brought that back for a summer. I wish it stuck around a little more. Because also, I get nervous, like, when I joke about, like, calling animation the devil's magic or whatever. I get nervous because, like, I just don't think people pick up on my humor too much or just don't want to. So I get kind of nervous about that nowadays. Don't remind me about Minecraft. I'm sorry. But, like, think about it, though. How happy would you have been if it was me? When that movie comes out, I want it trending. Hashtag #thethirdbill for Steve. Right, it's Steve. Was there such a fun slang to use? Yeah. I don't think I used too much. Yeah. Millions of people would have been like, who the hell is that? And a small group of people on the internet would have celebrated all at once. And then I'd be sending Hank $100 instead of the other way around. Once the first box office return hits, let's be honest, I don't know which way I'm ready to lean yet. I have a lot of hot takes about the state of entertainment. I'm thinking about making a little, I don't know if I should like make an update video or just a little random rants video, but I'm thinking about making a little video about some of my hot takes lately. But I think Borderlands has been a big warning sign that you can't just Angry Birds your way through old video game references. We want you in a good movie, Bill. Hold out for a winner. I would have made it so good. So good. You're right. They offered it to me and I went, haha, there's no way. This is a skibbity offer, I said to them as I walked away. Well, I'll give you the Sonic movies. The third one's about to rope me in, but I don't know if the Sonic fandom wants me talking about Sonic ever again. That's not true. Adam just left a nice comment the other day on my Sonic Adventure 2 stream. That made me happy. Shout out to Adam. Hey, Cheyenne's back just in time. Jack Black's character was a player that got trapped in the game. There's lore in Minecraft? I know there's like explanation for things like where the zombies come from and stuff. I know there's a dragon. There's lore? I love Sonic franchise. Sonic franchise don't love me. Ooh, speaking of hot takes. Dare I drop one in the last 30 seconds? I want it to be good. Agatha all along bothers me as a lover and guardian of the Owl House. I hope it's good. I hope I'm wrong. Just feels like you already had something about queer representation in Magic that was already a Disney property and you treated it like shit. Language set to English. Anyway, let's go. Finish chapter 1, Poggers. Health warning, Poggers. Capcom, Poggers. Capcom, be my friend. I just roasted a major entertainment company. Pray you're not the next one. Demo save data found. I don't care much about the Minecraft movie is bad. I just hope it has a bit of soul in it. Who knows, man? It's so weird. No. Add-ons found. Oh, it looks even better now. Robeson, thank you for the 10. Is that me giving my little hot take, or are you saying you disagree?
Looks like the deal with the class.
Yeah. Agatha all along will also solidify for me whether or not there is a Disney Plus showrunner problem. Because I don't think it was the Acolyte's fault that the Acolyte was such a mess. But it was a mess. Hank, thank you for another 10. What the hell? Last question, a whale on the witness stand. Let's go. Oh, let's question a whale on the witness stand. Thank you for the 10. What are you talking about, Hank? Among Us X Miles Edgeworth. What? Resume playing from the save game data? I guess. We might need a refresher. Ooh, I got a trophy. Everything old is new. Oh, still not my birthday, huh? They couldn't have patched that? Let the whale take the stand? Does that happen in this? Or are we being silly? We should be able to question a whale if we can question a parrot. No, I concur. It doesn't say anywhere that a whale can't play basketball. I just figured hot takes necessitate that you'd be given deal with it classes. Fair enough. Minecraft is about survival and creativity and community. That's what I always kind of assumed. So then when it was like, huh, doesn't Phoenix Wright question a whale on the stand in one of the previous games? No, it's a parrot. Phoenix defends a whale later on? I can't tell if we're memeing or not. If that's a spoiler, don't spoil things. So now someone's saying spoilers in all caps, so I'm like, I guess I'll tap out of chat for a little bit. Donate if you want to talk to me. Just wait for the spoilers to dissipate. Just in case. I can't tell. I feel like the more attention I draw to it, the more I'm going to remember it later. So hopefully it just leaves my brain. Anyway, it's 10 days after my birthday, and yesterday was my half birthday, and none of you got me a card or celebrated or said anything on social media or posted your fanfic. Prosecutor's building, 12th floor hallway. What is it with the prosecutor? Choose you two. Thank you for the 4. Is that... Look at the little guy. No message? I'm sorry. I'm just waiting for like the spoiler talk to kind of just vanish so I don't have to think about it in case it was. I can't tell if we're joking anymore. So I just don't want to take the risk. But thank you, Choose You 2, for the 4. Is that your offering? Did I drop that, King? What is it with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable. Please maintain your professionalism, detective. Oh, thank you. I'm half happy. Thank you, Dan. Happy late birthday. It was my half birthday. I was fooling, but thank you for the 2. Yeah. I hope it was a good one. It wasn't. No one knew it was my half birthday, and I was all alone, working, making videos. And you know what? Because no one wished me a happy half birthday on my half birthday, I won't even give you a hint as to what the video was about. It was a 2-hour-long breakdown of the Minecraft trailer. Is that what you want? Me watching the Borderlands movie? What was also me playing Concord for 10 hours? I called it. If you remember, you know. I took one look at it and started to get bored. Hank, thank you for the 5. Excuse you, Bill. I got you Benedict Cumberhoot for your birthday. That's true. That's true. But that was a coincidental present. I want you to look deep in your heart. When's my birthday, chat? Go, 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 go. I'm testing you. Responsibly be obsessed with me. Sorry, I'll focus now. There's someone who's like watching the VOD in the future going, when the hell is he gonna keep playing the game? It's physically hurting me that you're not completely playing the game. Okay. I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. Okay, so Maggie's officially being charged? I thought it was still Gumshoe and then maybe us. He said all of us were held in contempt of office. You'll see, sir. But we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir. Tiru. So then what now? Looks like my life's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch. Do not despair, Miss Bird. We can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway. Like why there's a basketball in the hall. That's so dangerous. Get your head in the game. Really, sir? For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his argument against Miss Bird is related to that master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information. Oh, we're gonna sneak around? Regarding the mystery surrounding my door. What is a basketball doing here? That's Mr. Portsman's prized possession, sir. I heard he also plays saucer, doge ball, and even tennis. And not a single one of these sports is suitable to be played in a hallway. Oh my god, it's the guy. Good old Stinky. It looks like you're in quite the pinch, Mr. Edgeworth. To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. We must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly, post-haste. Sounds like a messy case you've got on your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open. On the other side of this impossible barrier. Oh my god, look at that bow. How gracious. I'll keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy? Does he have a canonical name? I feel like he was given a name at one point. This office. 1203. 1203. 1203. Hey, Maggie, whose room is this again? It's Mr. Portsman, sir. So he's my new neighbor, I see. I suppose he moved in while I was away overseas. Can I not? Do I use? Oh, he does have a name? Okay. Good old oldie. Hell yeah. And it's the character voices of a new generation. Bench. I sit. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Oh. Oh my god. Da-ding. It's... isn't that missing O series Philae, sir? No doubt about it. The bloody letters mark it clear as day. There seems to be a few pages missing. Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind. So what are these O files about, sir? I guess they've got something worth stealing in them, huh? Not particularly. It's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine. Huh? They belong to the high prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were. Then that means the thief must have also wanted this Philae for specific reason, right? It would seem so. Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing. I wonder why anyone would care about such an old case. Okay, cool. I'm like, did I take it with me? Can I... Okay, hoops. What is a basketball hoop doing here? Hey, didn't this used to be just outside next to a building a long time ago?
So when and why was it moved indoors? I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently. Drag it? I heard that it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it himself. And by heard, I mean experience. It was me. All the way up to the 12th floor. Did he do this so he could take my office? Is everything all right? Yes, sir. If you must know, I weighed myself this morning and I'm finally okay, I'm glad you hit your goals. Congratulations, but I was asking about this hallway in this room. Oh, everything's okay, sir. A word of advice. Stay focused or you may start to lose even more weight. Okay, well, you hit your goals. That's good. I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case. I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth. Oh yeah, I guess you weren't cross-examined by Edgeworth. You were just a tutorial and then the in-between case. I can't let this chance pass me by. I must remember to ask her about the master key. I should jog her memory by showing my notes to her with triangle. Oh, that's trippy. Okay, so you can present, but then here's what you talk about. Okay, cool. Have you ever met the victim before? Well, I've seen him a couple of times before when I had to go to Mr. Portsman's office. Mr. Faith was always playing basketball with Mr. Portsman, sir. That sounds like fun. Just once I'd have loved to play with them. It sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman. All Mr. Faith ever did was pass him the ball, sir. On second thought, I don't think I'd have fit in all that well with them. I have too much riz to be someone's pass boy. Miss Maggie Bird, correct? I take it that you are an acquaintance of the detective? She was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day she got caught up in a murder and things started going downhill, so she quit. But I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago, right before I was about to clock out for the night. You got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct? Don't worry. My whole life has been nothing but a series of doors in my face, but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Da-ding. Since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment built... Nice? Question mark? Pick just one letter. Ice. C? C-E? I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. And now I even managed to be named a criminal just when I've become a security guard. That's a lot to go through in one lifetime. I know. And just when I thought I had finally found my happiness, I wind up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck. You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bird, nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask in return is for your cooperation. Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. You can count on me. I'll do all I can to help. Open this door for me. Here's your key. So when did you discover that the master key was missing? By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 a.m., sir. And I noticed it was back at around 2:30 a.m. It was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between those two times, it was not just gone, but stolen. God, twice. This key went missing from approximately 1 a.m. until 2:30 a.m. Why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place? It's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room away from the window. Always, you say? Except for this time, correct? Well, I admit that was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it all the time. I use the executive bathroom when no one's watching. Ugh. Ugh. Sorry. It was after I had used it that I left it sitting out on the ledge. She used the master key? Used the master key? What did you mean by you used the master key? Oh, I used it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key.
The one we just spoke to, right? I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right? Ah! What is it? That's right. I just remembered. The prosecutor who forgot his key. It was Mr. Portsman, sir. What? I'm used to pressing the X button so the whole sentence will load. What? What? Please tell me more, Miss Bird. Quickly. It was around 12 a.m. Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir. And that's when you loaned the master key to him? No way! It was against regulation to loan the master key out to anyone. I walked with Mr. Portsman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir. I see. And then, what happened after that? Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m., I think. So in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight. Talk about suspicious. I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsman's door. That's why they call me the King of Doors. I won't rest until I've inspected. Oh, what if he switched the room numbers? Or lied and said, this is my office, and it was Edgeworth's office. But then why would the key be stolen? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. Room 1203. I take it this is Mr. Portsman's office? Yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir. Oh, that reminds me, Mr. Portsman had actually wanted room 1202 really badly. But since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door, sir. So why was Mr. Portsman so particular about getting room 1202? I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd. Everyone knows Mr. Portsman's birthday. But no one in chat knows my birthday. Or my half-birthday. It's public information. Sorry, I was lost in thought. Make a wish, Bill. Stupid. Yup, that's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why. I can think of at least 3. Ugh. Why am I even wasting my time thinking about this? The door is locked tight. Heh. I bet the old credit card trick wouldn't work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? This is the office of a high prosecutor, detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective if the average cat burglar could get through them. Aha! So I guess only a great mouse cat burglar could get in. That must be who our culprit is. Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you bought it from? Mean. It's Mr. Portsman's personal basketball hoop. I can't believe he put something like this in the hallway of a prosecutor's office. But you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here. Did he move it? Because if Maggie said she just started a security guard, he could have swapped the room number plates and even moved the basketball hoop. I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here. How long have I had the same office, and yet you still managed to get lost? He's a precious little guy. What's that? A minimalist yet classy door of top quality wood. It's kind of majestic, too. Fits in really well with the ambiance of the prosecutor's offices. Is that why your name's Beyonce? Even Mr. Portsman seemed dignified just because he works behind one of these, eh? Nonsense. A man doesn't become more or less dignified because of where he... King shit! A man does not become more or less dignified because of where he works. Well, he still seems more dignified than Mr... Oh, Mr. Payne. Okay. Okay. Mr. Payne. I suppose custodial work can also be dignified. Is that all I was gonna ascertain from the door? Can I present the master key? I already checked this area earlier, but it never hurts to take... Well, the little check mark wasn't there. Be nice to me. I already checked this area earlier, but I never... Okay, is that code for there's nothing else for you here? Key was used to unlock and lock Mr. Portsman's office. Rearranged my files twice, once before, once after the murder. Okay. Is there anything left? Is it time to make connections? No. I was like, autoplay. Yes, sir. Ace investigator. No, my bad. So when did you discover that the master key was missing? By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 a.m., sir, and I noticed it was back around 2:30. Just, yeah, okay. Why is such an important key stored in a secure place? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. My bad, my bad, my bad. She used the master key. Uh-huh. Okay. Is it time to jump to a conclusion? I don't see how any of this would connect. Do you know? Because I'm still waiting for... Can I just open his office with the master key and see if he stole the files? Okay. It's the master key to every office in the building. Right, right. Wait. She used the key at 1:30, but it was missing from 1 until 2? I don't like that it'll hurt my health bar. Oh, okay, I win. Doing things my way. Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story. Okay. I think I just have to understand more, A, when to do that, and B, what it can do. I didn't... You would think it would be presenting evidence to her like you would in a conversation. Okay. I'm starting to understand a little better. What? No way, pal. I mean, sir. You said that you locked up Mr. Portsman's office around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time. Wow, nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw the contradiction like a pro. I had totally forgotten all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. How could I ever forget? You're right. It was around that very time that I realized the master key was missing. And, well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir. You pretended? Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up. I would totally do that. So in actuality, you never did relock the door then. Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly. We can go into his office.
Miss Bird unlocked the door, but master key was stolen, so he could not lock it up. I won't rest till I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Oh, no? Oh, deduce? Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yeah. Oh my god. There's a contradiction here between reality and the... What is this, Silent Hill? There's a contradiction here between reality and the evidence. If what Miss Bird has said is true, then why is... Oh, it's locked now. Okay. If what Miss Bird has said is true, then why is this door locked tight? Huh? You know, you're right. Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door? I'm certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that I hadn't... Which means what, sir? It either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one. She opened a different door? But how can you prove that? There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is... We need to examine prints on the doorknob. Because why would Maggie have even touched the door to my office? Or prints on the number plate? I think we're going to get to the number plate. Prints on the doorknob. The prints on the doorknob will tell us everything. Hey, you. Yeah, you, pal. Do us a favor and see what you can lift from this, okay? So, what'd you find out? There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, detective. Sir, I have found only Mr. Portsman and Miss Faith's prints on the doorknob. So only two, or Mr. Faith's print. So only two people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive. Huh? I'm lost, sir. Thinking logically, a certain other person's prints should be on this knob as well. Now then, whose prints should also be on this doorknob? Maggie Bird! He said it. Don't you find it odd that the prints of the person who unlocked this door are absent? You mean... Yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. Mr. Portsman's office. What have we here? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. Is that what he says to Phoenix before they pull the shades? What is this? Looks like a scrap of paper. I'll get it, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it. It looks like a note from the victim. I brought the 3 pieces of evidence by, just like we talked about on the phone, but it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up with you later. Bye. Yeah, and it's for Mr. Portsman. Don't left my victim data jotted down on my organizer. Oh, hey, the imprint. Yeah, he moved the bat. I'm a genius. I mean, who's to say? What's this? What are you looking at? Oh, hey, how about a game? That's okay, detective. I just found the position of the hoop to be a little off. Hey, you're right, sir. I guess it shift dead when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk. The positioning of the hoop is definitely unnatural. I better take note of this. It's sitting in front of Portsman's office. There are signs that it's been moved. Was I right? It's not about being right. It's about having fun. But I think I was totally right. Is this basketball property Mr. Portsman? Yes, sir. He's always ready for a match. Basketball, soccer, doge ball, tennis. It doesn't matter what sport it is. He's game. Although I think it'd be a little hard to play tennis with this ball. Ho, ho, ho. That isn't the point you should be focusing on, detective. You're right, sir. Now I know what I should be focusing on. Bad Mr. Portsman. Someone should teach him to clean up his toys after he's done playing. I think we've reached the end of this conversation. Okay, dope. Can I jump to more conclusions now? No. Huh. I won't rest till I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Oh. I don't see any signs of forced entry. And according to the guard, no sign that the lock was picked either, sir. Oh. No sign the lock was picked either, sir. Meaning that the door really was opened with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob? Apparently, the doorknob's clean as a whistle. Wiped, they think. Whoever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. Oh. I did it. Poking around in this hallway has actually paid off quite handsomely. Huh? How so, sir? In a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat with the real culprit in this case. You know who the killer is? Wow, you know who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman. What? Dude, spoiler. Oh, yeah, I guess we did get it in the cutscene, which always kind of bums me out. What? Mr. Portsman? I knew it. That's exactly what my logics and says were telling me to. I suspect Ed, it was him from the instant he accused Maggie of being the killer, sir. It is anything but logical. Lady and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on truth's door. Oh, I get it. Are we going to skip the trial? Am I God in this reality? Mr. Portsman, I finished processing the bloody letter, sir. All right, let me take a gander at it. Pass it here. Yoink. Is he going to throw it? Okay, looking good. You there, take good care. Oh, my God. Yep. Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe. End of the line for you, Portsman. We've got you now. Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this some kind of joke? It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jacques Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case. Da-ding! Excuse me. You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay if you promise to stay out of our way. You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job. I can see right through the unsightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl. I just realized I didn't turn the audio back up very much. I apologize, chat. How's that? Can we hear the bumping, the bumpies? Ugh. I can see right through the unsightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl. Haha! Who'd have ever thought... Oh my God. Who would have ever thought it would come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? Da-ding. The legendary prosecutor who'd never lost a single case for 40 long years. But there was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy. What are you implying? Really teaches me... No, say it. No. I want him to say it. Hold me back, chat. Hold me back. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know. Stop flashing your boobs. Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for now is explaining yourself. Although that too will only dig your hole deeper. Man, he's really missed Phoenix. The only thing that mouth of yours should be doing, dig your hole deeper. Ugh. Although that too will only dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game is up. Well, aren't we full of ourselves, even though you have yet to prove anything? It's time to duel, bitch. Mr. Portman's rebuttal. I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how, may I ask, do you propose I unlocked your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here. Sorry, but we are not finished yet. Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something?
I'll show you what I'm basing my accusations on. With evidence. Got him. Mr. Portsman. I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit.
Hold it!
Oh? And what, pray tell, kind of evidence are we talking about here?
Jim was my partner, so you can't say I had a motive for killing him.
Please. And? That's it? That's not even an anthill, let alone a mountain.
But it's more than enough, wouldn't you agree?
Might I recommend that you review what the word evidence means? Got him. That was actually good.
It doesn't change the fact that the evidence doesn't point to me as the killer.
How... press him first. Unfortunately, I believe I've already shown how earlier.
Your speculations mean nothing, as I still insist that I could not gain access to your room.
What should I do now? Should I raise an objection?
Yes.
You claim... There's no judge here. You could object to anything. The sky's red for all we care. You claim to have had no way to open my door. However, is that really the honest truth?
All right. I'll humor you. Go ahead. Shoot. Just like I shot nothing.
Very well, then. I propose you used this to open my door. Is it a profile or evidence? Just tell me that. Because I'm like, Maggie, the key, the door, the hoop, the note. I'm assuming the key. Or would it be Maggie? Does it matter? I'm going to try the key.
Take that!
There we go. I believe you were able to open my office door with the master key, no less.
Objection!
Wait, hold on for a sec. I never laid a finger on that butterfinger, on that key, as you already know.
Precisely. You were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well, maybe you did. But only to direct... Oh my god. Can I make that go a little faster? Screen shaking, vibration, text skip. I don't want text skip. Reader? Adjust how fast or slow in-game cursor moves. Not the cursor. No, I don't want text skip, do I? No. All right, never mind.
Da-ding?
That's right. You used your finger to direct... You used your finger to direct this person to open my door with the key.
Take
Meg.
that!
You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes?
Yeah, I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know.
But the room you had Miss Bird open at the time was not your own, was it?
Da-ding! What?
What are you doing on that side of the room, Maggie? What?
You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we?
I'm certain that it was Mr. Portsman's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir.
See? Miss Bird backs up my story.
Yet, what if you had misled her to fool her into thinking what you wanted?
Huh, and how do you suppose I did that?
By switching the number plates on our doors, for example. Oh my god. Maggie, whatever. I just want to make friends.
That's right. They do slide out pretty easily.
Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give a very strong impression. That the door she was opening was yours, and not, in fact, mine. Those eyes. What was it that Mr. Portsman used to make Miss Bird think it was his... the hoop.
Take that!
Aha!
What? The basketball hoop, sir?
It's quite the peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building. God, am I okay? Which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor.
That's very true, sir.
Oh my, why does she keep jumping back? Is she getting paid every second she's on screen?
That's very true, sir, because there was a basketball hoop sitting there. Because there was a basketball hoop sitting there, I thought the door I opened had to be Mr. Portsman's.
There are signs that the hoop had been moved. To sit it in front of my office, to be sure.
I see. So that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off the racetrack.
I don't understand your analogy. Conjecture's rebuttal. Now you're just spouting
Nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. Me.
So he intended to claim his innocence to the end. He intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he?
I'm as pure and innocent as my jacket.
It's just covered in blood.
And Miss Bird is as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears. My jacket's not dirty, I'll have you know. I just washed it yesterday.
Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here.
They don't all have to be winners, sir. Good try, though.
Conjecture's rebuttal. Okay. Now you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. No?
Objection!
Boom! And I got a trophy. Let's go. Pop that plat. Pop that plat. Pop that plat. I do have the platinum for Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, so it'd be a shame to not get it for Ace Attorney Investigations. I had your door dusted for prints.
My door? What for? Boom, boom, aka, laka, laka. Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time.
You're right. I didn't find anything, and definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints.
Her prints? What do they have to do with anything?
Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door, then her prints should naturally be on the doorknob she touched.
Ah!
Further, God, the weird, like, breaking your back trying to do a Neo from the Matrix move. It's really freaking me out. Further, all the prints on my office door's knob have been wiped clean off. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it.
But it doesn't change the fact that I was in my room the entire time.
Is that really a fact, or is it fiction? Nobody? That was pretty good.
Hey, would I lie to you?
I have here proof that you were not in your room the entire time as you claim. Oh, the note.
Take that!
This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman.
A note?
It was left under your door, or did you not notice? And right here it says, "But you're out."
It's like skibbity. You don't understand what "but you're out" means? Get with the times, old man.
You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you? So then, where were you? And what were you doing? Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? We know you stole. We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me. And Detective Faith found you out. Possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him, and you tried to look cool doing it. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said, when you had the gun to my back, no one.
God, this is why we don't stream past 11 o'clock normally. No one gets away with committing murder in my office. That's not the biggest crime that happened here. Ding. And what's so funny, pal? Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of this office's finest prosecutor, as he makes a huge mistake in accusing me, is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world. What? Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all, and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already. No. And as I said earlier, it's all so circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints? Ha! I don't even have one of those machines. How do you know my door is royalty? Prince. Purple Rain. Well, I can readily confess that I had wiped that knob down well. Huh? I am a little obsessive. What are you, faking it for views? I'm a little obsessive compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched. Icky cooties, gross. Which is why I wiped the knob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. Blech, girls. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my prints would be on there. Would it? You made that up just now, didn't you? Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? Can we cancel this guy for pretending to have OCD so he can get away with a crime? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Everyone in chat's just going, when's Bill gonna figure out that he's accusing an innocent man? He is going down the wrong path. This is an open world game and you've stayed in one room this long. Why? Like early evening, for example. Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway? Huh, even geniuses fail at times. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse. Now, that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size. Ah, but you can't prove that, can you? Actually, if you were so compulsively cleaning the knob, you definitely would have been looking at the floor at some point. Right? Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir. Portsman makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it. Besides, I have an airtight alibi. Airtight, you say? Yeah. I was with your dad. Speaking of things that are tight. Oh, F in the chat. I forgot. Do we ever find out what happened to Edgeworth's mom? Could he make an insinuation he was sleeping with Edgeworth's mom? No, he was adopted by Von Karma. I only just realized I had one as we were talking. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I had told you sooner. Sooner, I hardly. I'm gonna soon all over this testimony. If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct? And it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi. We were all giving each other little kisses. Do you really think it's that? Do you really think it's that perfect? Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself. Detective Gumshoe. Sir, yes, sir. I'll go check out his alibi. Sir, I'll be right back. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portsman said. The guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him at around 2 a.m. You see? All the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere.
Yeah, and policemen are incapable of lying. If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct? And it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with a culprit? Oh, wait, hold on. The body was found at around 2:05. Okay. And it was then you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with a culprit. But at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi. So what? You were somewhere else when the body was discovered. That doesn't mean you weren't there when the body was killed.
Hold it!
So you paid the criminal affairs department a visit? Yep. Right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my perfect alibi. Well, we did go and ask around to confirm your testimony. And it was just as I said, right? Yes, sir. A number of detectives said they saw you at around that team A. See, I have the perfect alibi. That's the ace I had up my sleeve. You're not allowed to say that word. This is your first game, son. Sit down. That's our thing. You have to earn that. Gumshoe didn't even call himself an ace investigator until now. I'm sure he said ace detective in one of them, though. Don't say that name. Don't say that word to me again. Portsman's alibi may seem perfect at first glance, but I know there's a hole in it somewhere. All I need to do is press him a little and see what comes of it. You came back this off. Okay, so it wasn't one of those? You are correct. It was around 2 a.m. Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're spot on with the time, oo-woo. I remember checking my watch then, and make no mistake, it was 2. Oh, giving testimony like a pro. Okay, so you came back to your office at 2. And it was then you had that unfortunate confrontation with the gunpoint. It is, as you say, however. Yes, however, you are the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw? Whom? It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see. Oh, come now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder. Why are you egging him on to say, I saw your face? It'd be my word against yours. I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here. Oh, well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit. Oh, that's a good point. Impossible. He actually does have the perfect alibi. What's wrong? Why the sudden, sullen look on your face? Can't you say anything back, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we've reached the end of the line, and it's time to get off this crazy train. See? The reference I made earlier fit. I referenced Crazy Train. My brain's so big. And that was before this game even came out. I'm ahead of my time. You there. Sir? Please escort the young lady out, but remember, be gentle. Maggie! Detective Gumshoe. Time to enter his mind palace? What's happening? Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn this situation around. If I only had a clue. Did I miss something that could help me cast doubt on his alibi? The intruder I met could not have been Portsman. Then who could it have been? I need to calmly think this through one more time and with logic. Did he shoot his partner when I was in the room?
I guess evidence of there being another gun? There we go. Thank you, thank you. Clap, chat, clap. Golf clap. Don't distract me while I'm thinking so hard. There were 2 bullets left at the scene of the crime. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life. Oh, maybe he shot him by accident in the dark when he threatened me? Who's to say that the suit wasn't knocked down beforehand? And one that nearly robbed me of my jacket. However, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once, meaning that it is entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. Oh, I should switch the... I mean, donate anyway. Consider becoming a member. I'm going to switch the chat back. Hold on. There we go. Oh, thank you, Choose You Too. I did drop something. That's so clumsy of me. Sorry, everybody. I'm so clumsy. A second gun was used in my office tonight. But seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I doubt the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person, which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, dude, the victim and whoever shot him. You say there was a third person. Gumshoe was playing with his gun in Edgeworth's office. Oh, because the files were messed with twice. Maybe not another visitor, but another visit? Is that what he's thinking? He came here alone and then he came here with his dead buddy. And then I make them kiss. Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were upended twice. We know that the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder. So it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it was the work of 2 different people. Once by the person who stole the victim's gun and then killed him with it, and once again after the murder by our second culprit, who was the owner of the second gun. If we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back, God, that's such a good image.
Objection!
Mr. Portsman, it seems that I need to amend my assumptions regarding this case. Great, so you finally come to your senses. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, what are you saying? This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case. What do you mean? The person I ran into was just your average thief. Thief? But, sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts? I need to see if I can speed up the text a little. Not at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. And it means that in actuality 2 culprits stole into my office tonight. What do you mean 2? It explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there were 2 guns. Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Bird and gained entry into my office. Now you're just leading the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know. If you could please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about. Grr. Now then, returning to my scenario, Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me, which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time. So then this would be when the fillets were put back in the wrong order, right? Correct. And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith? But why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir? He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when when you noticed sounds coming from my office would be my guess. Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right? And he must have thought it was odd, so he came into the office to check it out. Correct. And as a detective, that wasn't the right thing to do. But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was Mr. Portsman, Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then he killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing. For a minute, that looks like someone who's wearing like a really short skirt and then just like a naked curvature of like a buttock. This was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he'd also let the fake dying message behind. You're such a complicated troublemaker. You know that? Well, if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated. There was another visitor, sir. Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. My heart, and it's Phoenix with like champagne flutes and stuff, and he's like, was this a bad time? Like, I'm so sorry. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This was the second time they were disturbed, and it seemed the thief found their prize. The stolen O file, right, sir? Correct. Only just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter. So the shelves getting messed up twice, the two bullets. It was all because two different people were doing those things at two different times? Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief, and was not, in fact, Mr. Faith's killer. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant, because we know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit. Ha! 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 What's so funny, pal? Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything. Of course it does, it's Mr. Edgeworth after all. He's never lost a case. Gumshoe. But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Da-ding. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one defining point of your argument for which you have no evidence. This word again, is this a real word? Supposition? It wouldn't be suspicion? Your supposition that I was the first visitor. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir. He has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point. Don't say that, sir. I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must. You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. If the person you met really was just a plain old thief, then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. Portsman's alibi part 2. That thief you ran into should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say? We should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but I've already said I was training in my room. No, you didn't. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at Criminal Affairs. And so I can't So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left.
So you think we should be out there looking for the thief?
Of course. Now isn't the time to be having these dead-end discussions.
Oh, my butt. I don't think it's all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. I keep going into, like, my lower register for my Edgeworth voice, and I'm like, this is just going to tire me out. I need to speak in my normal voice.
That thief you ran into should be a real suspect, would you say?
Actually, no, I wouldn't.
Why not?
That's elementary. The dying message, of course. Mr. Faith's killer very clearly left those letters on the spines of those files, and it was after they were on there that the thief stole one of them. You mean the 0 files, right? And that's how we also know the letters themselves were a setup and not from Mr. Faith. If the thief was the killer, do you think they would try to undermine themselves?
Maybe the killer just didn't think of that earlier. Yep, that must be it. Maybe, just maybe. We should be out there looking for the thief right now. They might still be nearby.
Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby.
Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they were really after.
Oh? You talk like you know quite a bit about this thief.
It's nothing like that. I have no idea about anything after all. I hate to repeat myself, but as I've already said, I was training in my room.
But according to Mr. Faith's note,
hold on, I thought we already cleared that up. Didn't we say that Jim left that note for me in the early evening? If you have proof that he left it at a different time, say just before he was murdered.
I don't have any, no.
You see, so I insist again. I was in my office the entire time.
And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at criminal. Why didn't you go there with Mr. Faith?
That's because he said he was tired. It was going to take a quick nap. You know those sofas in the hallway? He likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits. It's where we first kissed.
And what of the evidence he brought?
They were things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items. A gun and a pendant.
Interesting. This piece of testimony seems too crucial to let slip through the cracks.
He brought me 2 items. A gun and a pendant that are related to yesterday's case.
Hold it!
A gun and a pendant?
Yes. God, don't point it at him. This gun, which was the murder weapon. And this pendant, Horsey, which belonged to the victim. It's mine now.
And why were you taking them to criminal affairs?
There was something in a past case file I wanted to compare these two to. But all this had nothing to do with this case right now. Anyway, I believe you'll find the log paper trail I left to be to your satisfaction.
This is all matching up with what Detective Gumshoe found out. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left. Three pieces of evidence.
Objection!
Bitch! Only 2 pieces? I believe the proper phrase here is, you fail.
Excuse me?
You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman, as you intend to keep evidence hidden from me. Never, ever would a prosecutor ever do that, ever. We update the evidence at the last minute without telling the defense.
What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you.
Well, here's a piece I think you should read carefully.
It says that Mr. Faith was bringing 3 pieces.
Yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman.
I can't believe to get tripped up by simple arithmetic.
Where is the missing piece of evidence? You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face.
Detective Gumshoe, you don't have to say it, sir. I'll fuck this guy. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe. Don't touch my toes. Oh my God, did he punch him? Don't come any closer. No more to you. This is all part of the investigation, pal. So don't even think about stopping me. No! Hey, what's this? He had this on him, sir. What is it? Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide. But why would he hide something like that? Huh. There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because it would unequivocally point to that person himself as the real killer. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail. For the section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin. Dun 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 dun. It echoes in my mind. Whoa, there's blood on it. Sick. The KG8 incident. That's a police case number, sir. Does this mean this video is evidence from that case? Interesting. However, what's recorded on this isn't what's important right now. Let's give the casing a third. Oh, yeah, the blood, but I don't know what you wanted me to start. Ah, that's blood, isn't it? Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. Imagine a prosecutor trying to hide evidence. Tisk, tisk. Disgraceful. I hate all those prosecutors who hide evidence, or my name isn't Miles Edgeworth. This blood is still fresh. You mean this might be Detective Faith's blood? No, you got it. You got it all wrong. No amount of denial can save you. We have but to run a blood test to find the truth. You told us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you will tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video. Yeah, it's And where were you? Like she was standing on the other side of the room. Yeah, it's totally suspicious. Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when you killed him? You know very well there's no way to prove that. Not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints? Oh my God. If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderous you and Mr. Faith. No, impossible. Oh my God. Well, F in the chat. Why did he eat it?
People are eating necklaces.
Chat, we've had a lot of fun today. We need to talk about a serious issue. Please don't eat jewelry. March 14th, 5:47 a.m. He hasn't even gone home, let alone, slept since he got back from his trip. Mr. Portsman has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith, sir. Very good. And the results we got back from the lab tech on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. It wasn't him. Well, he's already arrested. The blood work came back, and it was definitely Mr. Faith's blood on their And as a bonus, they were also able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. And this is now the third time I've been suspected of murder. I am impressed beyond words, sir. It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Please, accept my apologies. Look at that classy bow. Although, the bow does make him look like a short king. Oh, it was nothing, really, compared to what I've been through, I mean. I consider myself lucky it was only a burglary and a murder this time, sir. If it had been a holdup or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune to just an unlucky person. Something tells me something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail. Mean. You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsman really was one corrupt prosecutor. Why would you say he was corrupt? Well, I heard there were a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he uses is forged, sir. Updated autopsy reports? We're done here. Forged evidence, huh? And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons. Oh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession. Are we like beating around the bush right now that like Edgeworth wants to like redeem his reputation? Or should we consider it already redeemed? We never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office. Yeah, whenever we got near that topic, he just clammed up. It seemed to be a Spencer's Gifts. No? Instead of a hot topic. You're so sleepy. You're too sleepy for me. Whenever we got near that topic, he just clammed up. Although we can be pretty certain that it was to steal something. This is just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes. Organization 13. Oh? Well. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. If we do a case like this is like the breadcrumb that leads us through the case in the like a case later in the game. With Mr. Portsman not willing to divulge anything, it certainly lends credence to that rumor. It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this. Yeah. Huh? The Mr. Portsman isn't the bad guy? Do. I didn't say that. But rather, there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance to this piece. Oh my god. The significance to this piece of evidence. Oh, the zero files? The safe? Almost all of it, really. But yeah.
Take that!
The person who stole this file. The other villain of the night. Yeah, I wonder who it was. And what happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me? Up at gunpoint. Mr. Edgeworth, sir? Yes. I came across this while I was processing your office earlier, sir. This card. What? Okay, 2 Eaton necklaces, 2 cards with little pictures in the center. What is it, sir? Is that a bird or something on there? It's not just any bird. It is the mark of the raven. Eat my shorts. Bart, the raven says nevermore, and that's all he'll ever say. Okay. A 3-legged raven. Ooh. Slow guy. Even you should know what this is, detective. Oh, it's about that thing. Isn't it? That great thief everyone's talking about? Yes, it is the mark of the great thief. I'm so sorry, and I'm gonna do my best. Yatagarasu? Yatagarasu. I hope I said that right. Under the mark of a legendary bird, the Yatagarasu is noble to the end, a modern Robin Hood. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. Though we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Thank you, Cheyenne. I tried. Once a target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is set forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media, calling it, "It's Maggie Bird, the sign of a bird." Good night. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media, along with this single card. Although it has been a while since the Yadagarasu's last appearance. "Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, look, something's written on the box." "What? Let me see." "It's the location of where the thief put the stolen fillets." So the person who stole the contents of the file was the Yadagarasu. Yadagarasu. Organization. Quite a few key words are popping up in this mystery. The murder in my office. The return of the great thief, Yadagarasu. God, they really want me to, like, learn this name. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming, for they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur there we go. For they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago. Oh, shoot. Well, there we go. Hooray! Turnabout visitor, I hardly. Okay. That was cool. I still feel really shaky. Okay, yeah, so episode 2. Okay. I still feel a bit shaky in, like, my confidence with some of the new style of mechanics, like getting the thoughts, the logic to kiss. But I don't know, it's still really cool and a lot of fun. I'm excited to continue the rest of it on Monday. We'll be back on Monday. Also, can we get a nice in chat for 9-6? Happy 9-6, gamers. Let's go. Oh, my butt. God, I'm sorry I started to yawn so much. That's usually why we don't go this late normally. Normally we start at 7. But I don't know. I'm digging it so far. I think, like I said, I just need to kind of get used to the changes in the formula, which is fine. Like it's very refreshing. Like it's not boring by any means. So that's good. And it's interesting. It's interesting that there's no courtroom so far. It's literally, as they say, an investigation. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you yawn. I'm a sleepy little guy. It's also been a rough month. 9-6, are you from the future? Maybe. And I see everyone in the future, immediate future, liking, subscribing, donating, and joining, sharing the link, leaving comments. I don't know. Okay, well, hopefully everyone's all right. I'm really digging it. It, especially like getting to kind of walk around the rooms and stuff. Like you get a better like sense of geography. I like the updated sprites. As silly as it was to see Maggie like flip-flop from side to side, it did make the room feel more active because it's like, jokes aside about how sudden it was, by the end of it, I'm like, oh, I wonder if she's walking around the room as we're arguing, because we're not in a court, you know? It has a lot of personality. I think that's the most fun for me. I'm sure they're going to try to like one for one recreate it as much as they can. Cause we talked, especially in 2, we talked a lot about like ways that we wish the dialogue or some of the themes or moments were kind of updated here and there. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough to kind of stand out where it's like, oh yeah, I guess the script would have been written in the early 2000s. But it's awesome to see
this game have such a great personality. Like, it does feel like coming into season 2 or 3 of a show, and it's like these characters know each other. I'm making callbacks. We're making callbacks in chat. The game is making like callbacks, and the relationships feel a little more. And it's also, I think it shows Edgeworth's growth so much. It's nice to see, like, you know, anything from something as silly as like, I just want to sit, to we'll play chess after this gumshoe. Like, no one gets away with murder in my office. Like, I don't know. Everything has like a lot more personality on this side. But I think that was also kind of the point in the Ace Attorney trilogy, was that Edgeworth was becoming less rigid and becoming less cold and warming up to everyone. So it's the payoff there, but also it's the game. The vibe of the game just has like a nice, like I said, like, I don't know if personality is the right word, but like it has that nice dimension. Like I can feel the relationship there. Even the new guy, prosecutor with a gold medal that he ate, even he kind of had the energy of like that guy in the office, you know, but also it still stood out to everyone that, like, you know, the basketball hoop in the hall, but like really wanting Edgeworth's office and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, even that character had like personality. I don't know. I'm digging it so far. Excuse me. Whatever's going on with my burping and yawning, I promise I'll get it fixed or figured out by Monday. It's just been a weird month. Yeah, I've also been doing a lot of stuff today, but I don't know. Here's where we're gonna end it for tonight, and we're gonna do episode 2, chapter 2, Turnabout Airlines. We'll start that on Monday, and hopefully we might even be able to get through the next case. I don't know. I'll see how long each case is, because I found a link to like a post where it like breaks down the length of the cases, and those kind of help plan things out a little bit. But yeah, the goal is to get through Ace Attorney Investigations 1, go back to spooky season, and then once we wrap up our horror game spooky season stuff, probably do Ace Attorney 2, especially if, you know, people watch it, share it, like it, you know, comments of encouragement, donations and members and all that stuff. Metrics are a good way to let me know, like, people like this, and it'll show up. So let me know, make some noise. Speaking of, I do want to give a big thank you, not only for everyone for clicking and hanging out, but to the channel members for helping me pick games, and also everyone who donated for the stream. Thank you again. Maybe Monty, Choose You Too, Hank, Dan Robeson, Hank, Choose You Too, Dan, and Hank again. Big thank you to Hank. Thank you again. And thank you everyone for watching. Again, please consider donating, becoming a member, or patron on the Patreon if you want to do that, or picking up merch, or donating at thethirdbill.com. That's all linked in the description. If you're unable to donate, or you can't right now, you're helping out by hanging out, make sure you do all the free things to support me too. Clicking the like, subscribing, making sure the bell is on and notifications are set to all, leaving comments, following me on social media, sharing links around, all that crap. There's tons of free ways to do it too. But a big thank you to everyone who donates. All that money goes straight back into to content, into the channels and the streams, paying for games, paying off equipment if I have them on my credit card, and bills, like the internet that binds us all together. So again, thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you again to the channel members. I hope you're just as excited as I am to keep playing, because like that was really, like, especially the instant I'm like, I can walk. Like, it was so exciting. It's such a weird little thing. But I'm super excited to keep going. We'll be back Monday, playing more Ace Attorney Investigation for the first time. Sorry I had to pull away from chat for a little bit, but please remember, no spoilers. I still couldn't tell you I'm hoping I'll just forget about it by now. I don't want to draw too much attention to it, but like, please remember no spoilers. I couldn't tell if it was a joke or not, and that's like how kind of is like I take it fairly seriously, right? I couldn't tell if it was a joke, so I just pulled out of chat just in case and pulled back in the last chunk of the stream. So it wasn't like I was gone for very long, but still, like, I'm like, I can't tell what's going on. Like, I'm just going to pull back. So yeah, it's not a bit. This is my first time playing this. Please no spoilies. I'm never afraid to ask for help. But yeah, thanks for watching and hanging out. Thank you, Alana, for modding. Remember, just as always, next to my P.O. Box, merch store, all the crap that's in the description to support me. Remember to support yourself and the people around you. Just like all my videos and streams, there's also a link there to a card that'll send you to resources for social awareness, mental health, crisis lines, Trevor Project resources, things like that. Should you or some you don't need them. This was just super fun. I'm sorry that we started late, so I could try to coordinate it a little more with the game actually dropping for me digitally or whatever. So I appreciate everyone dealing with like a strange time. We'll go back to the normal time on Monday, which is 7 Central, which is 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern. I don't know the math after that. But thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. I'm super looking forward to playing more of this. Doing all the Phoenix Wright games so far has been, for the most 90% of the time, a treat. If you know, you know. But I'm excited. I'm excited to do more, and I hope you guys are too. I feel like I lost my train of thought. There was something I was going to say, and now I completely lost it. So I was talking about like, oh, like, this was fun. Links in the description should you or somebody need them. I should have some main channel stuff going up soon. And some side stuff going up soon. Oh yeah, members, be on the lookout. It'll probably have to be sometime next week, but I have a cool idea. I just need to figure out the logistics of it. And yeah, oh, and big shout out to everyone who's like, oh boy, spooky season, and then has to wait patiently for me to finish the first Miles Edgeworth Investigations game. But once we're done with the first one, we will take a break and go back to spooky season. So if anyone has any horror games, ideally for console, because I still don't trust my Steam setup thing. Any console horror game suggestions, let me know. I'll be talking to the members about that. But we will be doing some Silent Hill games. I'm hoping my cool little weird surprise thing shows up soon. I'm very excited. I hope people are as into it as I am. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. Thank you again, Alana, for modding. And yeah, I hope to see you next time I upload or go live. Hope everyone's staying safe. Remember to register to vote. Double check to make sure you register to vote. Be mindful of others. And remember to take care of yourselves, please.